This is Bobby Wilder. These are his traits, and this is how he survived 100 days in Project Zomboid. I started the day off strong by making bird meat soup, the first proper meal I'd eaten in days. I then visited the farm supply shop and found various farming supplies. Also came across a generator, although I still need to find fuel for it. The afternoon was spent foraging at the back of the school, looking for bait to replenish my traps. I managed to find a caterpillar, slug, and even some broccoli, which were unexpected discoveries. Upon returning home, I heard a noise coming from the back of the base. After dropping off the supplies, I went outside to investigate.
Surprise, motherfucker!
The entire night was spent searching for the source of the noise, only to realise it was my own bird trap. Clearly, I still have much to learn about trapping. I began the day by moving the scavenged rain barrels outside and planting some more cabbage seeds. For lunch, I cooked pasta, using up the remaining bird meat. Using the water collected in the new rain barrel, I refreshed myself by washing up, trimming my overgrown hair and shaving my beard. While waiting for my clothes to dry, I took the opportunity to delve into my farming book. As the day winded down, I climbed into bed and continued learning more about the techniques and strategies of farming in order to maximise yield.
Knowledge.
My main goal for the day was clearing out the remaining zombies in the entrance of the stadium. After a light breakfast and some exercise, I headed out. With the entrance secured, I ventured upstairs to the grandstands. The grandstands presented me with a daunting sight, an army of zombies lurking in the corridor.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Here's Johnny.
Once the dust settled, I took a moment to admire the view from the grandstand, surveying the playing field. To my surprise, I stumbled upon a bottle of red wine in the bar. It felt like a small luxury amidst the chaos. I woke up with a pounding headache, clearly suffering from last night's entertainment.
We fucked up.
I managed to gulp down a can of condensed milk for breakfast, hoping it would provide some energy. I found one of the baseball teams lurking in the second floor of the stadium and swiftly took care of it. The majority of the day was spent eliminating the remaining stray zombies that had taken refuge in the stadium. In the midst of the slaughter, I stumbled upon a peculiar sight, a zombie clad in a black hazmat suit. Though disappointed to find nothing useful except a satchel on the hazmat-suited undead, the encounter left me with an eerie sense of intrigue. Despite the hangover and the constant battle, I pressed on, determined to maintain my stronghold and ensure the safety of my sanctuary. Day 25 started with a refreshing workout session followed by a hearty brunch of pancakes and bird meat beer stew. It was a small victory to see my food situation improving, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of achievement. I even managed to have the green food moodlet, if only for a moment. The remainder of the day was dedicated to continuing my studies in the farming book. In between, I made sure to stay active with some exercise and tidying up the vegetation around the base. It felt good to make progress on multiple fronts and maintain a productive routine. On day 26, I was eager to make progress. I headed straight to the stadium, knowing that I was close to fully clearing it out. I focused on eliminating more zombies in the north wing before making my way to the south side. Along the way, I stumbled upon a zombie prepper, a fortunate encounter considering the valuable clothing and supplies they typically carry. To my surprise, the store I had once thought was for baseball memorabilia turned out to be a record store.
What the fuck?
I collected cash from the register and carefully looted the items that would be useful for my survival. With my haul in hand, I made my way back home. During the journey, thoughts turned to the effectiveness of the short blade skill, particularly as I wielded my newly acquired prepper knife. Lost in contemplation, I was suddenly startled when a lone zombie lunged at me. Fortunately, I managed to push it away in the nick of time. It was always a reminder that it's often a stray zombie that catches you off guard when you least expect it. In the evening, I prepared a simple yet satisfying meal of bread for dinner. I kicked off the day with a round of energizing burpees to get my blood pumping.
I think it's time for my workout.
After tending to the crops and grabbing some nourishment, I made my way back to the stadium. The constant battle with the straggling zombies reminded me to remain vigilant, as I narrowly avoided another close call.
Get off of me!
As the stadium gradually became more secure, it became crucial to strategize closing off the exits to prevent further zombie intrusion. As I continued clearing out the stadium, an intriguing discovery unfolded. I encountered another figure dressed in a black hazmat suit.
Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
My curiosity piqued as I dispatched the threat and stumbled upon an ampule containing an unknown liquid. The mystery surrounding the outbreak only deepened as I held onto it for safekeeping. With my weight steadily decreasing, I recognised the need to build up reserves for the up and coming winter. I whipped up a batch of delectable shortbread cookies alongside a comforting bowl of ramen soup for dinner. Despite the flavoursome feast, my weight stubbornly refused to budge. I set out on the mission to acquire some more axes for gathering wood to expand the mega base. An earlier sight of the fire truck sparked hope. But unfortunately, it turned out to be empty. Undeterred, I shift my focus to closing off the south side of the stadium. Another encounter with a hazmat suit zombie caught me off guard.
Not another one?
Astonishingly, this was the second instance of discovering an ampule, an exceedingly rare occurrence. And to think the two zombies I encountered actually possessed it with a 15% probability was nothing short of remarkable. In the latter part of the day, I successfully completed the task of sealing off the two entrances on the south side of the stadium. I kicked off the day with a breakfast feast of cookies and bread, relishing in the progress I had made in my cooking skills.
Some good fucking food.
The primary objective for the day was to clear out the remaining areas in the north section of the stadium. While I did manage to successfully seal off the south side of the stadium, my progress in closing off the entrances in the north area hit a snag. I ran out of nails, hindering my ability to complete the task. Exhaustion took its toll on me, and I found myself passing out in the service cupboard within the stadium. As I climbed to the top of the stadium on the north side, I stumbled upon a kiosk that caught my attention. It seemed like a suitable spot for a temporary base within the stadium, a place where I could regroup and plan my next moves. I made an unexpected discovery, a Hawaiian shirt. It may seem trivial, but finding something that reminded me of the normalcy lifted my spirits. I took the shirt back with me, patching it up and giving it a thorough clean. The afternoon passed by without any major events, and with the shirt fixed and cleaned, I focused on preparing my dinner over an open fire. As the day drew to a close, I settled down with the second volume of the carpentry book, eager to expand my knowledge and skills in building structures. Reflecting on the challenges and the progress of the past month, I felt a mix of exhaustion and determination, but I was ready to face whatever laid ahead. The day began with my usual workout routine, pushing myself to stay in top physical condition. With my workout done, I dedicated the rest of the day to studying the carpentry book. I was determined to unlock the XP multiplier, which would allow me to level up faster and gain necessary expertise to build double doors to further secure the base. As the day progressed, I turned my attention to the carrot harvest. It was rewarding to see the fruits of my labour as I gathered the fresh, vibrant carrots from the soil. I immediately put some of the carrots into my traps, hoping to attract larger game and diversify my food resources and start gaining some more weight. Come dinner time, I prepared a simple yet refreshing carrot salad. The crispiness of the carrots combined with the tangy dressing provided a much needed burst of flavour. On day 33, I went straight to the grandstands and started disassembling furniture in order to gain nails so I could secure the north side of the stadium.
Hello, motherfucker.
I cleared out the remaining zombies on the north side of the stadium.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Narrowly avoiding another bite along the way. I stumbled upon a zombie stalker and seized its gear. The rest of the day was largely uneventful, and before nightfall I secured one of the north entrances, moving closer to fortifying the stadium. Rest was well deserved after a day of progress. Despite the rain, I started the day with a rigorous workout and organised my supplies. A lunch of carrot soup and bread fueled me for the tasks ahead. Returning to the stadium, I fired my pistol to draw out any remaining zombies.
My pieces.
Your pieces.
My gun.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang, bang.
I proceeded to scout the shops at the east garage entrance in search of construction supplies. An unfortunate turn of events occurred when a mass migration of zombies started happening while clearing out the local residents. After they dispersed, I managed to make it over to the construction shop. Among my findings, a few boxes of nails gave me a renewed hope for fortifying the base. Seeking shelter from the rain, I settled for the night in the food kiosk atop the stadium. After a quick workout and some leftover carrots to fuel me up, I headed to secure another entrance to the north. After securing the entrance, I used my gun to try and kill the horde that had now gathered, but this just attracted more. I wasn't entirely sure the structure I had made was safe, but I would have to retreat for now as my gunshot attracted even more zombies than I didn't foresee. I made my way up to the VIP lounge as I was exhausted and passed out on the sofa. In the afternoon, I set up a small camp within proximity to storage containers, sparking hope that they might hold axes that I needed for gathering wood. I focused my efforts on securing the doors on the east side of the stadium as I dismantled the benches on the top floor, salvaging nails and the wood for the task at hand. As night fell, I found solace in my newly established camp. In the morning, I returned to my old base and collected the traps that had successfully caught a large rabbit.
That's pretty good.
I decided to bring the 2 rabbits I had now caught and the other supplies to the new camp I had set up. At the camp, I quickly butchered the rabbits and enjoyed a nourishing meal. Feeling satisfied with my progress, I focused on setting up traps within the stadium for the steady food supply. I then went to retrieve some supplies I had left on the west side of the stadium. With the remaining daylight, I immersed myself in studying carpentry before heading to bed. Today's objective was to search the storage unit for axes, for cutting down trees and obtaining wood planks. The area surrounding the storage unit was still infested with zombies, making it a precarious adventure. Fortunately, luck was on my side. One of the first storage units shielded another generator. Additionally, I came across a hand hatchet in another unit, providing the tool I needed. To my surprise, I stumbled upon military crates in a separate unit, discovering a ghillie suit and some ammunition. Loaded with my newfound treasures, I made my way back home. I decided to utilise the recently acquired stretcher bed and set it up in the food kiosk, transforming it into my temporary base while I worked on expanding the stadium. With the evening upon me, I focused on securing the west side garage entrance before retiring for the night in my new base. With the rain pouring outside, I took the opportunity to immerse myself in books, dedicating most of the day to reading and improving my carpentry skills.
I'm the fastest reader in the world. Within 2 seconds.
By the evening, I had completed the task of securing the perimeter of the stadium's east side, fortifying against potential threats. As I woke up in the food kiosk, I couldn't help but notice the persistent sound of zombies nearby. It puzzled me as I had already cleared out most of the zombies in the vicinity. However, it wasn't until I enabled debug mode and investigated further that I discovered a horde of zombies trapped within the walls.
He's in the goddamn wall!
By this point, I was in need of some more construction supplies, so my plan was to explore a VHS shop and construction store in the north side of Louisville. The distance was considerable, so I needed a reliable means of transport. There was a slick back pickup truck that had caught my eye previously, seemingly in excellent condition. Determined to make it functional, I retrieved the battery charger from my old base only to realise that it required a generator to operate.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Undeterred, I headed to the auto mechanic shop, intended to acquire fuel and a fresh battery with full charge. After expending considerable effort, it dawned on me that I didn't even possess the keys for the car I'd set my sights on.
Okay.
However, equipped with multiple car keys and a heavy-duty battery, I resolved to searching through the vehicles I had previously encountered, hoping to find one with a functioning ignition.